Hello everyone. So I am back for episode 3, which I'm going to talk about the day of surgery, after the surgery, and then the next couple days after that. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Charity, and this is just a video log of my mommy makeover and my process of going through that. So let's start with the surgery day. So woke up, took a shower, used my Dial soap, my antibacterial soap, cleaned everything, and then made sure that my bag was packed. My bag had stretchy pants to wear, I'm trying to think, a button-up shirt, so that way it would be easier to put on. Took a bottle of water with me, so that way afterwards if I needed to get some water or something like that, I would have it there with me. And then all of my medication that they prescribed me went into that bag. So we get there, I get checked in, my husband's there with me, and we were sat there for just a little bit, and then they called me back and my husband got to go. Went into a little room where they took a urine sample, make sure I'm not pregnant, which I was not because I don't want to be. I'm done with my kids, I've got 2 already, I'm good to go, thank you very much. And then I got out of my outfit and I got into a hospital gown and a pair of these like black pair of skimpy underwear that they were going to cut off me, and then compression socks. And then they also told me to bring socks to keep my toes warm because the compression socks let your toes out. So then my socks went over top of them so that way my toes would stay warm. And then I sat in a chair, they gave me a warm blanket, and I just kind of hung out there for a little bit. She did give me a couple of medications with a very little amount of water to take beforehand. Asked me, the anesthesiologist came in and asked me a few questions. And then before I knew it, they were taking me back to the operating room. I could definitely tell the medication that they gave me was starting to kick in because I was starting to feel a little tired, very relaxed. I was kind of relaxed through the whole thing, but really relaxed. I remember getting on the operating table. I remember the anesthesiologist assistant gave me like an IV. You can kind of see the little dot right here, where he gave me an IV right there. Stung a little bit. Actually, he gave me a local first and then the IV. And then honestly, I was gone. And the next thing I remember is my eyes were still closed, but I heard a couple of the nurses talking, and they said something about pain or something like that, and I remember just kind of going, a lot. Like I was just saying like, a lot of pain right now. And it wasn't that it was pain, just uncomfortableness, I guess. I vaguely remember getting into my van and my husband driving me home, vaguely remember going up the stairs. So that the rest of the day of the surgery was kind of a blur. I don't really remember a whole lot, and that's kind of to be expected. Other than the fact that I do remember, as I've gotten older, have gotten sick from the anesthesia when they put me under and stuff like that. That made me sick, and there is nothing worse than getting sick and having them have operated on your stomach. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. So for a hot second, it was dry heaves, and then it was actually me throwing up, which was just bile, because that's all that was in me, obviously. And so that was not fun. Extremely painful. That I wasn't expecting to throw up. I knew it made me sick to my stomach, but I was not actually expecting to throw up. So I don't know if it's because of how long I was under or what was going on with that. So every 12 hours, I have to change my tubes. So just a forewarning, I'm going to show you what my tubes look like. So if you get grossed out by that sort of thing, just know that that's what's coming next. You might want to skip ahead because I'm going to show you how I've got these 2 tubes that are on each end of my hips at the end of where they cut me, just to let everything kind of drain out. Okay, so we're just going to turn y'all down here a little bit. Here we go. So I've got 1 tube here, and then you can see how it collects. There's lines on here. And every 12 hours, when I open this up, it'll show me exactly what line it's at or if it's below. And then we have to write it down on a piece of paper. So then you've got one on one side, one on the other. So far, this one has always been more than this one. And then this is my compression. It came with a lot of padding, so there was a lot of like this kind of padding that was here underneath it. And then I switched it over to a t-shirt now. You can do that. This was just started today. I just put a t-shirt, and that just helps to keep it from getting itchy. So like it'll get real itchy right in here and all around. But then this compression comes down below my incision, and then again up to about here. So it's just one straight band that goes all the way around. And then I have this. This is a bra that they gave me. So it connects in the front, which is nice because I'm not trying to like hook it up around the back. I have incisions underneath here that come up and then around the nipple area. So honestly, out of all of this, like my breasts don't hurt. They don't bother me. Every once in a while they get a little itchy. But other than that, there's no like complications. I do remember the next day, anytime I would go to stand up, there was like this searing hot pain just on my right side, which is also the side that happens to be draining more, is on my right side. So it was just like this searing pain, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, is this normal? And I kind of figured it was. The pain medication helped with it. And again, that was only like day 1 after the surgery. So searing pain, that has subsided. I get it every once in a while, like very localized in a spot. I will show you guys. So when I started walking, I had to kind of tip you down a little bit more here, turn you sideways. So when I walk, I kind of walk over with a hunch. When I first walked, I had a walker and I was walking more like this. So I'm not pulling at the incision areas. Now I can stand up a little bit more, and then tomorrow I will have the freedom to try and stand up as much as I possibly can. Right now I'm about, I still have a little bit of a hunch in me, but it's not like I can't quite get straight up. But tomorrow will be day 3 where I am allowed, or day 4, today's day 3, where I'm allowed to stand straight up. So let's see, tubes, standing straight up, the pulling. I did take a shower today. That felt amazing. And it was kind of nice because it was also the first time that I saw everything off. So the last time that we took the stuff off to change the paddings, we took it off one at a time. So we did the bra first, changed all the paddings out for that, and then put the bra back on. Took the binder off, changed everything for that, and put it back on. So I hadn't seen myself all together. So then when I went to go get a shower, I was able to take all of it off. With the drains, what I did was, I don't know if I have it here, I put a lanyard around my neck, and then these drains are connected to the binder. They're connected to the binder by like safety pins. And so what I did is I just connected that to the lanyard. So then the drains just kind of hung here. So I could shower and then take that binder off, put the binder back on, take the drains off of that, and pin it back to my binder. My next appointment is April 17th, and I am hoping that the tubes will come out at that point then. They're just more of a pain in the butt. They don't really hurt. Sometimes the area where they come out at might sting just a little bit, but for the most part, they're just a nuisance more than anything else. But I know that it has to get down to a certain level of drain not coming out before they will be okay with that. Now, like I said, I've got about a week now, because it's on Thursday. I've got about a week before I go back and see them, so I'm hoping by then that that'll come down. I can now walk without the walker. I don't need the walker. I still am taking my pain medication because I do find that that helps a great deal with sleep and getting around. Right now I sleep in the recliner or I sleep on the couch, and I've got pillows that prop me up and then pillows that prop me up this way. So sometimes I might be a little more like this, you know, where I'm still up a little bit, but my feet are up more. And that just helps. And today I was able to take the compression socks off. I'm trying to think what else. I think it just, you know, it's been a slow process, but that's to be expected. It was a major surgery, and you know, I feel really, really good. I have my moments where it's a lot, and so I just keep pushing through and knowing that what I saw when I had everything off before I got my shower was 1,000 times better than what I had before. And also knowing that that's not the end result yet either. I'm very swollen, you know, you can tell. And the other funny thing is that a lot of nerves are going to have to like kind of regrow. So there's certain spots on my stomach that I can feel the pressure, but I can't feel anything. So it is a little weird sensation. Like I can be touching one spot and feel it and then move over, and all of a sudden I don't feel it anymore, just the pressure from it being pushed on. So it's kind of funny. As soon as I hit a point where I can put on something and like show you guys like my stomach and stuff like that. But for right now, I need to wear my binder 24/7 unless I'm taking a shower, and I don't think you all want to come with me when I take a shower. So you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see the results. But I feel good and I'm excited, and definitely feel like this was one of the best decisions that I have made for myself. I worked very hard for this. I have not stepped on the scale. I don't want to step on the scale. The nurse did tell me she took off 4 pounds. That was the total. So I want to assume that that's from the skin they took from my breast and what they took from my stomach. So that came down to a total of 4 pounds. Yes. But I bet if I were to step on the scale, it would not reflect that 4-pound difference anyways because of all the swelling. So I do try to drink a lot of water, and I do make sure that I take Miralax every day. The medication will just back you up, and even with the Miralax, I have been struggling a little bit in that department. So I do make sure I started taking it before my surgery, and then every day after my surgery, I've taken the recommended dosage of that, so that way that helps and I'm not straining, because throwing up after surgery was hard enough. I don't want to be constipated and trying to push that out with your muscles feeling like, if my muscles feel like I spent one whole day doing nothing but crunches and holding a crunch where you're really tightening and engaging your core all the time. That's how I feel all the time. So having that and then like having to go to the bathroom and not being able to, it's not a good idea. I don't recommend it. So I do highly recommend that, taking some Miralax or some other laxative. I think that's about it. Like I said, sleeping on the couch. Sleeping is a little difficult. I do find myself kind of nodding off throughout the day. Sometimes after I've done quite a bit of getting up and moving around, because that's one thing that I do want to do is just move around. So that way I, you know, don't get any blood clots in my legs, but also just being up and moving, because after sitting for so long, you just kind of get bored and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. So I want to make sure for my mental health that I'm up and I'm moving and I'm trying to do stuff, but then taking lots of breaks in between. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I will do a video on any questions that you ask me. So that way I can make sure I get all of them answered for you. And then make sure that you like and subscribe for the next video. Next video will probably be, again, just a couple days from now. Maybe I could take the binder off and kind of show you where I'm at with that, and how I've progressed even further along in my recovery journey. So thank you guys so much for following along, and I will see you soon.